Mm-hmm. Do you care about this claim? Oh, the Donald Trump hack thing? Here, you can listen to this in the background.
The Trump campaign saying it's been hacked by what it is calling foreign sources who are trying to interfere in the 2024 election. I'm joined now by CNN contributor Lulu Garcia-Navarro and CNN political commentator S.E. Cupp. It's great to see both of you here on the Saturday afternoon. S.E., let's start first with you. There are shades of 2016 to this, as our reporter Jeremy Herb was just kind of laying out. And we have known that foreign actors want to interfere in the U.S. election.
Nah, that sounds like Russiagate to me.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge problem. It's not a problem that we're unprepared for, but it's good to be a constant reminder that hacking, disinformation, this is a big part, especially by foreign entities. This is a big part of why, as voters, we need to be really educated, diligent, vigilant, all the things, because so much information is flying at us from so many different places, especially on social media. It's hard to know what's real. It's hard to know what's fake. And now with these leaks, we're, potentially getting access to things that we're not supposed to see. Any campaign would be very upset to learn that their sort of, their secret weapon, the plans that they have are being shared potentially with the press and then potentially with voters.
Right. And
What's
it still
the link to
remains
this
to be
tweet?
seen. It's very early in all of this. What was in this hack? What are in these documents? Lulu, former President Trump famously asked Russia in 2016, Russia, if you're listening, find Hillary Clinton's emails. Now the Trump campaign has been hacked. If you're the Trump campaign, how serious of an issue is this? How concerning is this?
I mean, it's hugely concerning, not only for the Trump campaign, but for any American. I mean, this, if indeed it is a foreign government trying to interfere in our election, we should all be concerned about that. I think Politico at this point has been very judicious in reporting about getting these documents, but so far not distributing them and telling law enforcement about this so they can investigate it. I mean, the Trump campaign is trying to spin this, saying that this is potentially Iran trying to attack the former president's campaign because of his own actions. We don't know really who is behind this yet. We do know that America has many enemies. We do know that there are many countries in the world that want to interfere in America's elections. China, Russia, North Korea. I mean, the list is very, very lengthy. And we all, as Essie was saying, need to be very vigilant.
Yeah, and we will certainly be following the story as we get more information. It is truly a breaking story at this point with new information coming as the minutes and hours go by. I want to talk, Essie, a little bit about this campaign and the strategies on both sides in particular. We saw the former president holding that news conference this week and then this rally last night. He's really been going after Harris, questioning her blackness, questioning her intelligence. I want to play a clip and then ask you a question on the other side.
Thank you.
Kamala is grossly incompetent and, in my opinion, has a very low IQ. But we'll find out about her IQ during the debate. Okay, let's find out about her IQ.
So, Essie, both of these campaigns want to grow their coalition. That is how you win a race. More voters vote for you than the other person. So I'm curious why the former president thinks that attacking Kamala Harris in this very personal way is going to bring in new voters. Do you think that's a good strategy?
Yeah. No. And listen, I host another show on another network called Battleground. And the point of it is to talk to swing state voters. I talk to them every day. And they don't care to litigate Kamala Harris's race. They don't care about childless cat ladies. They have problems and they want solutions. And if you're Trump and J.D. Vance going into these swing states, the states that will determine this election, talking about Kamala Harris's IQ or, punishing people who don't have children. These are not solving problems that they have.
Why are we paying attention to this shit now? The relatives of Stephen Wardell Curry absolutely torching those French folks in the fourth quarter because nobody cares about basketball. It's boring. All sports are boring. Basketball's boring. Nobody cares, okay? They're tall. They throw a boring ball around, and they throw it in a hoop. It's boring, okay, as fuck. Nobody cares about your shitty, horrible ball sports. They all suck, okay?
And in fact, a lot of swing state voters, especially women, are turned off by these very personal attacks. So there's a reason why voters in swing states, many of them are uncommitted, undecided.
Yo.
Who is this?
What do you mean? Who the fuck is this?
When you're away from the mic, it doesn't sound like you. It sounds different.
Well, I just changed how I sound. Is that okay? Can I do that?
Yeah. Also, people would say you were talking shit about me. Thoughts?
Do you think I was talking shit about you? Or do you think people were saying that to bait you to come in here?
Well, they've been saying that for a couple days now.
Oh. No.
I had some questions though.
Yeah.
I had some questions though.
Okay.
Chat. What were the questions I had for him? Do you guys remember? Yo.
So.
Oh, sorry, my brother was here.
Oh.
No, hold on. I had questions. Yeah. Yes. Some stuff about the UK like immigration shit. Some things about the what you were saying about the cheating scandal and some other shit about I don't remember.
The Chinny scandal?
The cheating one.
The boxing stuff?
No, the cheating. Yeah, how about the bot? We'll do good.
Oh, Foosley, the Foosley thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which things?
I don't know. But the thing.
It was just annoying that I don't like that. I just don't like that Valkyrie made some like weird like shadowy statement about the Abe Wendy thing, implying that like some crazy shit happened that she's just not allowed to talk about. And
the whole point, there isn't.
Yeah, I know, but it just seemed like to make that statement just seemed like really shitty to me. But I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I don't know, because I know the people involved. I don't know. That just seemed really shitty to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like scapegoating, right? Mm-hmm. It's like scapegoating to justify different reactions. What you're saying?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I agree with that. What do you think about the action of home wrecking? Then go ahead.
I mean, personally, when I look at cheating situations, I think the fault is always on the cheater. I don't give a fuck about third parties involved. Who cares? I don't give a fuck about that.
What? I had that thing too.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, fuck it.
Right, like home wrecking it's branded because the person that's doing the action, right? Mm-hmm. It's a two-player game, but not on both sides. It's a two-player game for the married person, right?
Yeah.
Like, alright, fuck it. Yo, Pog.
Poggers.
Okay. People say you were mad about the Trump thing. That's...
I mean, I think Trump has tried to coup the U.S. government, and I fucking hate Trump. Yeah, that's my position. If I was a political commentator person, I don't think I would ever give him any airtime. Dan really wanted me to condemn your support of him in meme videos.
Support them. Support as in what?
Taking meme pictures with him or whatever and all that shit.
Is that supporting though?
I think probably the audience sees it as based.
Yeah, no, hold on. Let's say some people has a picture with a big person, celebrity that's a bad person. Is that support?
No. I made this exact same argument to Dan. I said I would probably, like, if I had a chance to get a picture with Hitler, I'd definitely take it. But I probably wouldn't be wearing, like, a Make the Third Reich Great Again hat while I'm in the audience.
Okay. Whoa. These pictures were like, no. Hold on. That one picture was a leak out of some guy, like, doing, like, some behind-the-scenes photos. I was in. That doesn't really count.
Steve was the guy who was defending you. I was going off on you.
Well, hold on. No. Careful. I was not defending XQC. I said I didn't give a fuck. I said I didn't give a fuck about it because he's not a political commentator. That's what I said. Okay. I said I would take a picture.
Going too hard.
What?
But, yeah. I said we weren't going too hard either way.
Sure. I just said, I said if you're not a political commentator, I don't care that much. Most people don't have as extreme views on Trump as I do. But if I was there, obviously, if somebody offered like, hey, Donald Trump is outside, do you want to get a picture with him? I'm always saying yes to that. It's the former president of the United States. Obviously, I would do it. I just wouldn't be wearing a MAGA hat behind the scenes or whatever while doing it. Because it implies more support, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah, it implies more support. Yeah, I get it. I guess I have a better line of defense of like not being very political person or whatever, and just kind of playing the part. I feel like playing the part is never really a problem, but when it comes to politics, people think that like playing the part is a lot worse, which is I guess fair. So it looks like you're doing a statement or whatever, right? But I think unless you're making a statement and you take a stance where you're looking like you're making a statement is big different.
Let me ask you this, X. Do you are you familiar with the statement that Trump made where he said pretty much exactly, we have to ban all Muslims coming into the country? Are you familiar with that statement?
Jesus.
No.
You don't? Oh, okay. He said, I think Steve could collaborate or corroborate. He said exactly that. It's not like I'm paraphrasing. See?
All right, well, I absolutely do not condone any of those statements, and I just don't stand for that at all.
So you think there's probably like a bunch of stuff that he said that's like super fucked up. Like, don't get me wrong, Democrats say like fucking retarded, crazy shit all the time as well. Like,
Understood.
Yeah. But Trump is kind of a little bit next level with some of the fucked up like shit he says. Yeah.
Understood. Yeah.
So like the logic is, if you were a Muslim and you had the president of the United States saying, I want to ban all Muslims from coming into the United States, you would be like, this guy is going to be like a fucking Hitler for us. Like he's trying to stop all of our people from coming into the country. This guy is fucking wild. And then the issue becomes more like how poggers or based is it to do anything at all with a dude like that, right? It's not like, don't get me wrong, every candidate has like fucked up shit, but like for him, it's kind of next level, right? Like,
is it next level?
I think it's next level, yeah. For that, I don't think you're going to catch Kamala.
I'm not excusing any of the behavior because I don't have the
I'm not shaming you. We're
no.
XQC fans.
So I don't have the specifics or time whatever, right? Let's say current day compared to when that was. Is that still in the zone where you're supporting that, or you're for that, or for like this in general, right? Because you're standing next to somebody who just said that he would take a picture with Hitler. Disney just said that, right?
Well, I look at it this way, right? Was every policy that Trump had bad? The answer is no. There's some really good shit that he's done that like Destiny doesn't even know about himself, like things like opportunity zones, which are fucking amazing things that help underprivileged people basically get their communities revitalized. So it's not all bad with him, but you could say the same thing about Hitler. Like Hitler was trying to turn around the economy and everything along those lines. Like they're not all bad. And you can't just be like, hey, listen, this isn't the only thing he did, but you have to look at it kind of as a whole. Like, is that one thing bad enough that like being around this dude is kind of, you know what I mean? It's like,
okay, yeah. I tried to approach it more as a flat out label of like a person, not a political being, is kind of like my approach, right? It's why initially they had a seat for me in the crowd. I didn't partake in that. They had like signs and hats for people being in the crowd. I didn't partake in that. I wanted to be behind the camera, right? And I ended up doing a setup for the stream. The stream had a lot of problems beforehand. Some things were like really bad. I just did production, and then as we were doing a stream, right? I did production because I thought it was fun. I thought it'd be a good experience, and to work with Secret Service or whatever. I thought it'd be like a fun and cool experience, and actually it really was. That shit was insane. And then people were really like thankful, and they were talking to me.
No, I know, but you have to.
But it was cool, right? But yeah, I know.
Imagine this. Why did Trump want you and Aiden there, right? Because this wasn't like Trump's on the street and you're catching a quick photo and then you're leaving and your audience isn't getting like any like, I don't want to say mixed signals or anything along those lines, but like why did he do this? Why was this organized, this whole thing? What was in it for Trump?
Yeah, I mean, and some form of exposure and connection to the youth, and some sort of it's like a signal boosting his political standing.
Basically, yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Like
It's called signal boosting. Yeah.
he felt like if I go and I do this stream with XQC and Aiden, like some percentage of their audiences that didn't like me before and be like, oh shit, like XQC likes Trump now. Fuck it, I'm voting for him. I don't give a shit. I fucking love XQC. If he said to fucking jump off a bridge, I'd do that too. Like there's probably, you know, some portion of your audience that doesn't know, like, hey, you know, this was just for the memes. I don't fucking like Trump. Like, there's some portion of your audience that that's not going to see that, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to vote for Trump. Like, he seems pretty cool. XQC made him seem funny. You know what I mean?
So that's a problem that we have inherently with humans, right? In finding people and things likable, right? Because sometimes you shouldn't like somebody, but because they're charming and you think that they're likable, you kind of like them, right? And you don't want that, right? But it happens. And that's kind of how we get a lot of people. Because believe it or not, maybe people are getting mad at me for saying this, right? But Trump is likable.
He's super charismatic, but some of the most vile, dangerous people in the world are super charismatic. That's how they get to where they are. They don't, like, you know, if you're just like a brutal asshole dictator, like, you typically don't get to be a brutal dictator. You have to be like good with people, kind of a sociopath. You know, you have to pander to at least more than half of the population, and they have to feel like, yeah, this guy's fucking awesome. So yeah, that's all. I mean, what's done is done. I would just say, like, you know, maybe make your views known. I guess that's a way that you can undo a lot of, I don't want to say any damage because you don't owe anything to anyone, but like, if you don't support the dude, if you think he's fucked up, you should say so. I mean, I know you're not political, and you don't want to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I have two graphs for you. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw two graphs. All right. I'm gonna draw two graphs, and I feel like you should look at it. Okay. So, you know, like me as what I do on a general basis on a day on the stream, right?
Yeah.
I try to cover, right, like some sort of like news I found interesting or fun, whatever. Sometimes it gets political, right? Mm-hmm. When it comes down to like political sides, even today I watched a 12-minute video on who is Kamala Harris, whatever, right? I didn't really say much about against her. Most of the things were for her, right? People, it's how it is for most of the time. When it comes down to downright politics, whatever, I intake as much as I can. I look at it. I don't really give a fuck, right? So it's pretty much like most of my actions are pretty, I think, politically fair, right? And then sometimes it's like, so it's like most of it is good, right? And then things get kind of bad when it's kind of like, oh, here's a Trump meme, that's funny. Or here's a Biden meme that makes him look bad, that's funny. But it's kind of bad because it looks like I'm endorsing Trump, whatever, because his meme was funny and Biden's meme was funny, but in a bad way that makes him look bad, right? So that's like a part, I'd say that's like a bad thing I could do better on, right? But I still think that I'm in a zone where most things I do are unbiased and decent. And that part is gonna, and I guess I could do better.
I think that's totally fine. Like, for instance, making fun of Biden being like a fucking senior citizen. Like, we literally did that all the time. Like, one of the funniest fucking memes is one that one of the people in our community did, where like Biden is like sleeping and is like, oh, I'm on your case, Mr. President, or whatever shit like that. Like that, it doesn't matter. The thing is, like, it's right now. It's very one way on the other side, right? Like, you've pretty not and. You know, I don't know what you can do to change it. I don't even know if you want to change it or anything along those lines, but you've pretty much more aggressively now, I don't want to say promoted one candidate, but yeah, basically you've promoted a candidate. Even though it was just a meme, it wasn't your idea. Someone reached out to you, it's like, yo, X, you want to hang out with Trump? Like, who the fuck wouldn't say, yeah, fuck it. That sounds fucking crazy. Let's do that shit. But now it's like, you know, it's segued in one direction. Yeah.
So this is where sometimes I'm short-sighted. I'm not using it as a defense, right? But I look at the world in my lens and not a political commentator lens or somebody who's a political being's lenses, right? So I take pictures with like everybody that's famous. I'll take a picture for them, right? So I think when it comes down to let me take a picture with let's say with him, whatever, right? So most of it is right. First area of my graph is what is the thinking behind it? Taking a picture with somebody. This person's like famous, right? Other parts. What's the part? Ex-president parts. One part, he has a lot of funny memes that I think are funny. Boom, that, right? And the part that I get, I guess, is bad. Like, is this one?
You know,
right?
Actually, I could do this in a different way for you because it's gonna be more extreme. You'll get it right away. Would you take a picture with Jeffrey Epstein if he was still alive?
Okay, so I think we can agree, right? that's not a thing that kind of really equates.
No,
Right?
I agree. I'm using it as a hypothetical example to show the kind of where we go. There is a difference also between just like taking a photo with someone and then also doing like a press event, right?
Yeah. So that's kind of where I stand on that. It's kind of like most of the thinking is around things that are kind of simple. Oh, they're famous, they're important, they have funny memes, there's meme potential, whatever. And then it's like, unless that person does like some unthinkable shit that are really fucking bad, it's like, well, that's just kind of odd because it looks like I'm validating on the fly that person for doing that, right? And it's just bad, right? So
Sure.
I have to go against my code of like, oh, my thinking is usually this person famous, I'll take a picture, whatever. I have to go against that, which is usually I'm gonna say how it is. It's a pretty strong feeling most of the time, right? So of course I'm more biased because this person's like pretty big or whatever. This is memes, whatever. Boom, done. I have to go against that feeling, but yeah, it's kind of how it is. Does that make sense?
I understand where you're at. I was just, I guess that like in the future, I think you're good at this. Like you're like, the fucking rich millionaire XQC, blah, blah, blah. Like, like you got to always be asking, what's the other person trying to get out of this? Like for every interaction in your life now, at the point where you're at I mean, it sounds like you especially know this, maybe with past wives and whatnot.
Oh.
But what are they looking to get in this situation? It's not, you can't just go in there like, oh, fucking poggers. It's also like, wait a minute, the fuck does this person? Why are they giving me this gift?
You know what? Fair enough. That it's why I wasn't on stream, right? It's why I was not supposed to be on stream, right? It's why I literally said before the stream started, when I sat down, I said, listen, I'm gonna be behind the camera. Didn't really get why, but that was intentional. But that was the whole point of not like intentionally like doing that.
Yeah.
So then it comes my last point, which I think is the most important one. Fuck, now I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah. So I understand that why he's there, what he's doing, right? But then I don't think it explains, right? Like him giving me a handshake at that point, right? That was just kind of like I don't think there's a lot of thinking behind that, even though they're getting that the same way that if somebody makes a video about Kamala or fucking Trump, whatever, and I watch it, I'm doing pretty much the same thing, right? Like I'm giving you some airtime. That's what they're getting out of it, blah, blah. I get that. I don't stand for people's politics, whatever, but having it on my stream and doing something like that is so, I think, slim in how much I do in general in politics. I don't find it to be a problem. But I definitely see though, how like, oh yeah, even though it's on the fly, it's not like what they're in for with me or whatever. I see how it looks, right? And I guess you could be more cautious with that, right?
Yeah, that's all.
But
just
I don't
like,
want to corner myself though.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. You could still do meme shit. That's what you're fucking known for. Like, make fun of fucking Kamala, make fun of Biden, make fun of Trump. Like, that's all legit. Just don't be like, unless you support Trump, which is your right. I don't give a shit. I don't think you do. But if you did, if you didn't, don't support Trump if you don't support him. If you do, you can. That's fine. And no one's going to stop you from doing that. Just know, like, as I said, that wasn't like an accident or like, oh, hey, this is a meme, like Trump's there. Like, this was set up so that Trump could get more votes.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But it's not, listen, we all know your audience is not voting,
my thinking is almost intentionally brain dead to kind of protect the kind of like fun and freedom that I get when I go outside. So like I was at the fucking game. I was at the Copa fucking America Cup soccer game. Mm-hmm. I invited yesterday, but he didn't want to go. So I mean, I had seats that were insane. He could have went for free.
Fuck boring football games, but I love you.
All right. So I got to stand a few meters from Messi. Is something that your viewers would give both their nuts for. Okay,
I don't think we don't even know what poverty game that guy plays for. Is it the poverty ball where you kick it or where you throw it? Which one?
It's the poverty ball where the guy that plays it, right, that was next to me, could literally buy out your entire family tree, right? Uh-huh. And your tree's tree and your entire country's tree, right? And turn it into his fucking like his ping pong room.
It's probably because
movie.
Like the entire GDPR of like whatever fucking poverty country he's from goes to this one guy because he's like, oh yeah, that guy he sure can kick the fucking ball. Yeah. No,
and more.
we don't know shit about sports. We do know about. Well, I was gonna say we know about esports, but we really don't know about that either.
All right. So
honestly, we really don't know about much.
My point was, I went to get some fucking food. Okay, I went to get some pizza, and Jordan Belfort pulls up right next to me, right? I'm like, oh, holy shit, man! Yo, can we snap a picture, right? I take a picture with him, right? Jordan Belfort is the guy from Wolf of Wall Street. You know that guy? Is the subject of the movie is Jordan Belfort, Wolf of Wall Street guy, right? That's the fucking Quaaludes guy. That's the fucking fraud guy.
Yeah, it's like a bad guy.
Collusion or whatever the fuck guy.
It's like a bad guy, but now they're like, is it that bad to be with it? Like, where do you draw the line? Like, can I like hang out with this guy, or is it bad? Like, another good example of a modern dude like that is like Martin Shkreli, right? Like, is it okay to like be cool and be friends and be nice to this type of dude? Like,
yeah, but Martin Shkreli is
before,
but I see, I wouldn't give a fuck about Martin Shkreli because I think that I mean, I'm being unbiased. There's no appeal to the guy. I don't think he's likable or like funny or like the picture wouldn't be worth it. It's like there's no value, right? I guess if he had some other, even though he did some crimes or and he went to jail for it, I'm pretty sure, allegedly, I guess.
But not allegedly. He was convicted. He went to prison. Yeah, federal prison.
Yeah, and I used Harvey Weinstein as an example. Would you hang out with Kevin Spacey for a few hours?
Well, these are kind of like gotcha questions, right?
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying all this comes down to is like, is it more what percent of the people think this dude is probably not very poggers, right? And
yeah. I have curiosity and interest in things that is kind of like unexplainable sometimes, right? Sometimes like I'll be interested and want to know about something and want to ask questions to a certain person or body. You know, this person is generally seen as doing like horrendous things or whatever, right? I think there's some things that I want to know, right? That I would want to know about somebody, right? That's kind of like interesting, but sometimes it's kind of hard to achieve that without being damaging. And it's a line that I haven't really found or have to think about too often because that doesn't happen often. You know, that I don't think I'm being obtuse. That's hard.
Yeah, no, it is. It is hard. I agree. For what it's worth, I feel like if I could hang out with Kevin Spacey for like an hour or something, like it would probably be like, it's not a good look. Like, even though he was found innocent or whatever in his trial, it's memeable enough. It's not like crazy shit, but I don't know if I would do the same for like other people, right? Like, so I understand where you're coming. You have to like weigh it in your mind of where it's at and like what are they getting out of it. But anyways,
yeah. I mean, of course, if it was publicized and he's trying to use my platform, whatever, to say that oh yeah, but this happened like that and the media as well. Yeah, fuck that shit. That's just fucking. I'd never do that shit. It doesn't make sense.
Are you gonna be here on election night? It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
All right, good. We're well, I don't want to say too much, but it's gonna be fucking insane in the studio that we have here. The people we have coming and whatnot. It's gonna be. You remember last election night? It was pretty wild. It's gonna be that, but more wild. So.
It was pretty wild. It all depends if a son invites me. If a son invites me, that changes the whole fucking ordeal. If it might be his show, and it's a whole different ballgame.
All right, well, just know that if that happens and you go there, that there's going to be like a fucking civil war, okay? Because you belong to DGG way more than you belong to that community. So
but DGG was really mad at the picture I took with the president.
We're not mad. We were just disappointed. And also, Destiny swept for you, and he said that it was no big deal, so it's fine.
I did not. I said I did have a strong opinion because I don't think he's a political commentator, so I don't care that much. Even though I probably shouldn't do it, it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't care.
See, he was keeping the relationship open. He thought that he had to be not critical of you to stay friends with you, but you didn't know that X is able to take it as well as he gives it. Isn't that right, X?
Yeah. Also, we also hung out with him for quite a while after streaming. And listen. I'm not glazing anything, but I gotta say, I've never seen anybody that's on his A game like that ever. That is like insane. It's kind of almost intimidating to see. This is what people call. You know, people used to say aura, but they don't know what they're talking about, right? Because everybody uses the word. That's like aura shit. And I'm just saying, like being on the A game like that, being good with people, and like that's something I'm not accustomed to. And it was kind of like, even though I'm sure most presidents have that, or all of them, or all president candidates have that, right? It's something I thought was interesting enough, even if just that to show up and actually fucking take a day off to do that day. But yeah, this was this.
All right.
Have you ever seen that in real life? like met somebody who like goes into a room and owns that room, whatever?
That's me. I think Steve would say that's him, but it's not him.
Yeah. Right. So when I went to the podcast, I didn't want to say anything about it, but when I got there and I saw you, my balls went inside my body and they've just gone back out.
Because you
It's been a couple
were
days. It's been a couple days. I'm
immediately
still
trying
getting
to
used
turn
to
into
it.
a woman. You're like, oh my god, this guy is so alpha that I'm turning into a woman right now because I want him to fuck me that much. I have that impression on men that are just not as alpha and sigma as I am. But you shouldn't say that out loud. You need to keep those things to yourself when you say that.
Yeah, I did some TMI, my bad, brother.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yo, Desney, what about the UK riots? What do you think about that? Any comments?
Okay, well, now you guys, let me use the restroom real quick, and then we can chat about that. Hold on one sec.
What's going on in the UK? What are they rioting about?
Well, I don't want to resume the story too quickly, because it's one of the things that's kind of complicated. So, okay, I'll say how it is. It's fucking dental care. Dental care is really bad. People on TV are looking like they're fucking from the cave ages. What the fuck is the problem with that?
So is this shit about immigration?
Mostly about teeth, but a little bit about immigration. So, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Sure, we'll switch topics. Yeah, there is some riots in the UK, whatever.
You know, you have this impressive ability. Not that I'm like really that good at having a memory or following a conversation. I have no fucking idea what you're saying right now. It was like so impressive.
But if I confuse you enough, but you're confused and you can trip, right? I get an advantage still, while the audience that knows me understands what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that I'm winning the optics battle because you don't even know what you're fighting. I'm like a ghost fighter. You don't even know what's happening and you're still losing it. That's what I do.
It's true. I am punching ghosts right now. I don't even know where I am.
Yeah, I'm dog whistling, and you cannot say anything against it because otherwise it makes you look like you're ableist. Because I have like a speech impediment, so you're just being weird now. Am I dog whistling or do I have any speech impediment? Which one is it?
Is there a slur against people from Quebec?
Nope.
Really?
Nope. None.
Not a single one has been made.
Only Canadians can use it. It's like Frenchy or whatever, right? Because they're the only French part of Canada. So only Canadians have a slur against us, which is like Frenchy.
Jesus.
That's not
about
even, That's what they have? Frenchy?
That's about
Sorry.
it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I think people were basically a brown guy stabbed a brown kid, a brown 17-year-old stabbed some little kids at a dance studio, and then a whole bunch of right-wing people capitalized on that. Some fake news spread on X, and people were trying to say that it was like a Muslim immigrant. So people started like attacking basically some mosque, and then more information came out, and they found out that he wasn't an immigrant. He was born in the UK. His parents were immigrants, and he wasn't a Muslim. He was Christian, but people were saying that the riots were continuing on because there was a general displeasure in the UK about mass migration from Muslims or non-English people. And so people have just kind of been protesting and rioting, I think, about that in general, like broadly. That's like the most macro overview.
I think what's interesting about that, right, is that I don't know how the UK laws are, but I'm pretty sure in the United States at least, if somebody commits a crime and they're underage, right? I don't think they release the person's identity to the public.
Correct.
Right?
That's why misinformation was able to spread so quickly about it. And it
exactly.
Wait, that's not true in the United States?
It is true. In most states.
I feel like there's definitely. Oh, I mean, it could be by state, sure, but I feel like there's plenty of times when when a minor has committed a crime and their name's listed. I feel like that's actually probably more often than not. I don't even know if any states have a rule saying that wouldn't be the case.
Things are leaked and confirmed in the background, or whatever, and then they go off of it. And I don't think it's the police won't do it, right? But I think the media will do it. It's why it kind of looks or seems that way, even though it's not. But maybe I'm wrong about this.
Interesting.
I think the media can parade leaks, or whatever, and say whatever. But I don't think that the police can.
I'm gonna find out right now.
Chat, am I right or wrong?
It's probably by state.
Because Somebody find me what time people started chanting this. I would love somebody to find me this. What time in the evening? But yeah, that's are the riots still going on in the UK or?
Yeah, so these people are wrong, right? The people that are like saying blah blah, like of course they're wrong, right?
They're wrong about what?
Well, oh yeah, because this person is this.
Well, they're just generally people that want to see less immigration from certain countries in general. Like that's what they're protesting. This is just kind of like the inciting moment for it.
But isn't that immigration like illegal? Isn't that like fine?
Well, yeah, but they want to make it not legal. That's the issue.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that, homie?
I mean, I think it's dumb, but I mean, I think that there are issues across Europe sometimes maybe with how honest maybe some people are being about immigration from certain countries, but I think that people on the far right like capitalize on that and overhype the fuck out of how bad it is oftentimes. You get people like Tim Pool who will make videos like lying about, how rough or horrible a certain city is. And I think that there's like sometimes you get like just kind of a general economic anxiety or unrest, and immigrants have always like historically been the easiest people to blame for everything. So.
All right. Fair enough. Yo, what do you think about this other guy, this Lexify guy, the guy that leaked the fucking cheating scandal?
Which one did he leak? Was that about
the cheating
Fosley?
Scandal? Yeah, the guy who initially made the leak. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't follow any of it. I just got irritated with Ray talking shit about.
What is the cliff notes of that, Steve? That whole thing.
I literally have no fucking idea. I don't know.
Like, did they cheat on each other? Or
I literally have no idea.
You have no idea at all.
I don't know who cheated on who or who fucked her. Or if there was. I have no idea.
Abusive ex-girlfriend is like milking him for like money and extortion, doing a bunch of shit allegedly, or whatever. And then she's also trying to label him as like some a weirdo. So he's like defending himself against these weirdo allegations, right? By firing back at her, saying that she's the weirdo. But in all, I think that they're both weird. Her more, but he's also still weird. But he has to self-expose in order to expose her, so I think it's just odd. Also, the self-expose message in his shit are fucking cringe as fuck.
Oh, we read all the messages. Oh, I didn't believe those messages. That looked like two people that were role-playing like a findom, like humiliation fetish thing. Like I almost thought they
that's
leaked it.
That's what it looked like to me, but it seems like it's real, even past the findom thing.
Okay.
That's a yikes. That's a mega yikes, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if that's how they get off, then you knock yourselves out. But I thought that we were part of like the fetish. With the fact that those messages went public, made it look like it was like some huge fucking fetish play or something. But
I mean, some things like, oh, I love him, I will be with him. No, I love you more, be with me. Like that's just cringe. Like,
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Right thing.
Yeah, that's just some haha shit. All right, that's about it. I had other shit, but I forgot, so whatever, man.
Okay.
I'm always curious about your drama takes, because what about the Beast stuff?
Oh, Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with any drama shit. I don't even know. What is he actually getting fucked or?
No, but people are trying to like moral grandstand it and like, oh my god, I can't believe he did this and he must atone to this or whatever. When it's like shit, nobody actually gives a fuck about. They just shit.
Yeah, like the lottery stuff and the other employee leaking shit. I have no idea if it's like actually if it's a big deal or not. I have no idea. Yeah.
I looked at a video about Legal Eagle. He says that some of the stuff, like lottery shit, could be illegal, but he seems like he's learned now and has different ways, which is pretty much what I call atoning, but whatever. And then some of the other stuff is just not flat out not illegal, even though people label it to be illegal. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea. And everybody's probably done illegal shit in terms of lotteries, like historically, like on streams and shit. Like basically every single giveaway on Twitch.
Yeah, out of ignorance or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like. Oh yeah, what about the boxer? Give me your take. Boom. About the boxer thing.
It seems to me that this is I'm giving you slightly opinionated, but mostly like it's all fact based. I think that Russia was probably just really mad that she smoked the Russian boxer in like the quarterfinals, I think, of a 2023 IBA boxing event, and after that happened, they ended up disqualifying her, saying that she had like some competitive advantage against women. The IBA citation to that was that they had done two different tests, one in 2022 and one in 2023. The statements that they put out officially about that, they said officially that they didn't test her testosterone, and then they said that they can't disclose what the other test was. and that's it. There hasn't been any official published statements by the IBA saying, that they had tested chromosomes or anything else. They did do like a speech, or not a speech, a press conference, I think like 5 days ago. But like in there, they were saying the reason when they tested her in 2022, the test wasn't conclusive enough to say that she was a man. So they had to wait a year later to test her again, which doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. And then, I don't know. Like as of right now, there's absolutely no evidence that this fighter is intersex or trans whatsoever. There's absolutely no evidence. Just a few weird statements by the Kremlev guy, who's the Russian dude who's like the head of the IBA, which hasn't been recognized by the IOC, the Olympic Committee, for a year, and they had been suspended like 4 or 5 years ago in 2019, I think. So I don't know. It seems like a big conservatives are just mad because they have literally nothing to talk about except for trans people and girl dick, I guess.
All right, fair enough.
Hold on real quick, because people in your chat are saying XY is enough evidence. There is no evidence whatsoever. I have not seen anything ever about her having XY chromosomes. No IBA official statement has ever been released about that. Kremlev made one weird statement on Russian media. No, actually, he didn't even. He posted something on his Telegram about this, I think like a year ago, but the IBA has never made an official statement about this anywhere ever. Like never. There's just no evidence of it.
Even if it was like that, isn't that like called something sexual or whatever? What is it called? I forgot.
What?
What is it called if you're a woman and you have XY or whatever?
There's something called Swear syndrome.
Intersex.
Well, the intersex is a very broad, vague category. Intersex can mean a whole bunch of different things. It just depends. I think if you're an XY woman, I think that's called Swear syndrome always, I think.
And would that be a competitive advantage or whatever? No.
I don't actually know. This is a really rare genetic abnormality or chromosomal abnormality. I don't know if they have like elevated production of testosterone or not. But even the XY gonadal dysgenesis, even that I think has like a spectrum of how wide the gamut can run on how much people are impacted. I'm not sure.
Do you think that there should be a standardized test done to everybody to make include everybody that just to make the sport more safe, because it's a contact sport, right? And people can suffer like a lot of damage. Do you think it'd be on the safer side, just say fuck it, everybody is standardized test, whatever, make sure nobody gets hurt, or not?
I mean, if hormone testing like covers enough, then I think that's probably fine. If they want to add a genetic XY test or XX test, that's probably fine if they want to. I don't really care one way or another, but.
What type of advantages do you get being an XY chromosome woman?
I don't know. It's like I said, it's a really, really rare syndrome. And I think that even in that syndrome, you could run the gamut of developmental defects. I don't even know how studied this is in terms of like athletic competitive advantage. I have no idea.
All right. Well, that's what it is. All right. That's about all the topics I got the other day. I got all your takes. I think I mostly agree with all your shit. So that's what it is.
Okay. I love you. Be careful.
Too easy. See ya. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
So, what's up?
Nothing much. Just chilling. What's up?
I put your lamp to good use. Thank you.
Oh yeah, the one you stole.
I didn't steal it. I asked for it. You said I could have it. Is there any other studio things you're thinking about? Just curious. So, I mean, the one I know that you want to do that I guess we should have done for Wednesday is the, I mean, are we saying that? The outdoor on the camera?
Oh, yeah. I might set that up tonight. Outdoor on the camera, and then eliminating the webcam and eliminating the microphone in the middle. Those are just two like cleanup things.
One thing. Go ahead. Sorry. No.
I'm probably going to pull back the table. I'll probably buy a new rug for that room because the one right now is really cheap. I think I'll probably pull the table a little bit more towards the other part of the room so that there's more depth behind me. It helps to capture a larger shot. It just makes things look nicer, and it makes that area not so cramped, which is nice and gives us more room to move the cameras. Yeah.
What are we going to do, like, for instance, on the election night stream when we have, 10 plus people there to capture audio? Because not everyone's going to be in front of a microphone. Or is your plan literally to buy, 8 blue microphones?
I might just buy, 2 or 3 condensers and throw them around somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet. But that should be easy to set up.
What about, okay. So one of the things that I think we really liked initially, but we never did anything with, was we looked at Albert's stream, and he had a dedicated chat screen, right? Right now, we're switching back and forth from whatever we're doing, if we're doing something, to the chat on the big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that, or do you think that we should get like a dedicated wall-mounted chat thing?
We could stick
Or is
another
it-
monitor up there for a dedicated wall-mounted thing. Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking if you think it's a good idea or it's getting too much.
I don't know. I'd have to be looking at it. I'd have to see. I think probably adding one thing at a time to see, because I'm trying to see also what it's going to look like to have the Miami Beach behind me on that screen. But I think we have to be really careful not to fall into the habit of just like having, like, we don't just want it to be us like just like surfing the internet on the computer screen, and just having like 20 million screens might be a little bit too much. I'm not sure.
Well, we don't surf the internet that much. Yeah, that is the question of what happens when we're not using it, right? So I don't know. I mean, obviously right now we switch back to chat, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't have any strong ideas about it right now.
How many people do you think you'll be able to fit in once you pull the thing back?
I have no clue. I haven't even thought about it yet. I have to like look at it and eyeball it and see what. Yeah.
All right. Well, have fun with whatever the fuck you're working on. God, it looks miserable.
I love you. Be careful, babe.
Bye.
I just want to know, okay, I have two questions before I leave tonight. The first one is, what time were these people chanting "Hang Mike Pence"? Does anybody know?
Stand up. I'm telling you what, I'm hearing the Pence. I hearing the Pence just caved.
No.
Is that true?
I didn't
I'm hearing reports that Pence caved.
No
I'm
way.
telling you, if Pence caved, we're gonna drag through the streets. You politicians are gonna get drugged through the streets.
Yes.
I guess the hope is that there's such a show of force here that Pence will decide to do the right thing, according to Trump.
Ooh, that's such a good quote. Damn, that shows that the people knew what was going on. It shows the causal connection between Trump's rhetoric and what they're saying, and it shows that they are connecting like Trump's pressure of Pence with their like physical presence to pressure Pence, like the intimidate, like all the elements of their so.
That
You know?
Pence will
I don't know. It's talking right now,
decide
but
to do the right thing, according to Trump.
I just want to know what time this is. This says 1413. 213? The exact timing on this might be important. 213. This is exactly when the Proud Boys breached the Capitol. At 2:24, Trump tweets about Pence, about not having the courage to do what he needs to do. So I'm curious if they did this before or after. Pence is removed at 2:13. Control F. Many of these individuals are calling for Mr. Pence to be hanged. Oh, this is at 2:13. Fuck. According to the committee interview, 2:15 to 2:25.
He said, "Let me know if Jim calls." And they went down to the dining room. A couple minutes later, so likely around between 2:15 and 2:25. I know the tweet went out at 2:24. I don't remember if I was there when the tweet went out or if it happened right afterwards, but Jim had called. I answered the phone. Said 1 second. He knew it was. I guess he knew it was. And I introduced myself, but I don't remember if he called my cell phone or if he had called one of Mark's. But I answered the phone and said, 1 sec, Mark's on the hall. I'm gonna go hand the phone to him. He said, okay. So I went down. I asked the valet if Mark was in the dining room. The valet said yes. I opened the door to the dining room. Briefly stepped in to get Mark's attention. Showed him the phone, like flipped the phone his way so he could see it said Jim Jordan. He had stepped to where I was standing there holding the door open, took the phone talking to Jim with the door still propped open. So I took a few steps back. So I probably was 2 feet from Mark. He was standing in the doorway going to the Oval Office dining room. They had a brief conversation, and in the crossfires, I heard briefly what they were talking about, but in the background, I had heard conversations in the Oval dining room at that point talking about the hang Mike Pence chance. It wasn't until Mark hung up the phone, handed it.
Okay, so it was probably before 2:15-ish. I'll just have 2:14.
I guess the hope is
okay, when is the call with McCarthy? I don't have that on my timeline. Wait. Don't care about this. Don't think we need this anymore. Trump, McCarthy conversation. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I bet it's definitely in here. McCarthy. Okay, at 3:09, he talked about the call to Trump. Representative Jamie, is that Jamie, right? They spell it weird, right? Herrera Butler, to whom McCarthy spoke soon after, relayed more of the conversation with McCarthy and President Trump. And he said to President Trump, you've got to get on TV, you've got to get on Twitter, you've got to call these people off. You know what the president said to him? This is as it's happening. He said, this is as it's happening. He said, well, Kevin, these aren't my people, you know. These are Antifa. And Kevin responded and said, no, they're your people. They literally just came through my office windows. My staff are running for cover. I mean, they're running for their lives. You need to call them off. And the president's response to Kevin to me was chilling. He said, well, Kevin, I guess you're just more upset about the election, you know, theft, than you are. After 110, representative. Okay, can I hear this?
Feeling like spending a fresh summer? Take off to Paris with FrenchV. Fly from Miami, round trip from $369. Go escape to the city of love. Discover French monuments. And enjoy the French elegance at its finest. Book now on FrenchV.com.
Is that actually Jaime? Is that how you pronounce it? No shot. We just say Jamie. That's English, okay.
What was really, honestly damning to me was the inaction of the president while it was happening. You know, you can look at it and say, did did he or did he not incite? And I think reasonable people can disagree on that. I really do. I know how I feel about it, but I know reasonable people who think differently. But then you have to turn to what his actions were during the riot, I think, to indicate what his intent was. And let me tell you what he did and didn't do during the riot. There were a number of people who were calling him. Lindsey Graham tried to call Ivanka Trump. Kellyanne Conway, who's a longtime confidant and former White House advisor, called an aide who she knew was standing right at the president's side. All of them trying to say, hey, they're the Capitol Police officer who's being bludgeoned to death. They're hunting lawmakers. They're coming after him. And the president didn't respond. I asked Kevin McCarthy, who's the Republican leader, about this. And he said he called Donald. He finally got through to Donald Trump, and he said, "You have got to get on TV. You've got to get on Twitter. You've got to call these people off." You know what the president said to him? This is as it's happening. He said, "Well, Kevin, these aren't my people. These are Antifa." And Kevin responded and said, "No, they're your people. They literally just came through my office windows, and my staff are running for cover. I mean, they're running for their lives. You need to call them off." And the president's response to Kevin, to me, was chilling. He said, "Well, Kevin, I guess they're just more upset about the election, theft than you are." And that's, you've seen widespread reports of Kevin McCarthy and the president having basically a swearing conversation. That's when the swearing commenced, because the president was basically saying, I'm okay with this. He also, as this mob was coming in, and as, Mike Pence, who is the number 2 in line to the president, or actually, it goes Mike Pence and Nancy Pelosi and then the senior senator. So there was number 2, number 3, and number 4 in line to the presidency were under attack. And did the president call on them to see if he could help? Did he send anybody in to help? No. But he did place calls to senators while they were in lockdown. And do you know what he said? He said, what else can you do? Can you do something to further delay the electoral counting?
Lagoon Living is coming to Parrish, Florida. Introducing...
Oh shit, that doesn't really make sense. Because they're Trump now, fucking that's fine. Okay. Okay. Proud Boys. Wait, this is not. Do we have Proud Boys in purple? Proud Boys are green. Probably put one stack 2 of the Proud Boys gets in. Okay. I think the timeline is generally okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what's left of this. We have the Proud Boys. I'll just write up briefly what their plan was. I've already read the indictment for Enrique Tarrio. We've got the Oath Keepers. I already took notes on all of what their plan was. I could do a little bit about Ashley Babbitt. I don't need much here. We could do a little bit about Ray Epps as a whole ass thing. We could do what are the police officers that actually died, the ones that committed suicide, how much of that can actually be attributed to J6, and claims of embedded intelligence. Trump's behavior during the insurrection. I don't think I need this. I already have this accounted for. Statements by rioters during interrogation. This is probably good for people that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people during interrogation literally told the cops that we were here because Trump called us and shit. Outcome, rewriting of J6, the convictions, and that's it. Okay. We're coming down the home stretch, I think. Hopefully, possibly, maybe. What is this? New footage of some bullshit.
During the hearing, an extended clip was aired documenting minute by minute what happened on January 6th.
I guess it's just going to be stuff we've already seen, no?
I hope Mike Pence says that
Big. Now in jail.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Every day we stream earlier and earlier. Tomorrow we're going to start by 1 p.m. I can definitely feel it. Because I believe in us. Okay, well. Rubberino, cappuccino, poppuccino, hoppuccino, moppuccino, depuccino, cappuccino, appuccino, alpuccino, my dude-knows. I will get you guys. Tomorrow, okay.